Hello, my name's Luke Stammers, and my project was on set-driven keys for character animation. As it was such a big project, I narrowed it down to mouth animation and IK and FK blending for the arms. So we'll start with the blending. You'll notice to the right there's a UI for this. We won't get into that just yet. To create the blends, I first separated the head from the body. This is to save on power, processing power, and to keep polygons down. To create the blends, I duplicated this 15 times. The reason for duplicating 15 times is from researching, I found there was two methods of animating the face. There was the bone structure method, which was used for games like Unreal Engines use it, or there's the blend shapes, which is more animation, on the animation side. I chose 15. This was again due to the Unreal had a catalogue of 15 expressions for the mouth, which they class as the standard for lip syncing. These all contain words which are all correctly named. So this one contains the word bump, which pronounces B, M and P, and so on. They all have different names. To create the blend, it's vital you do not freeze or delete the history. This will not allow the blend to blend correctly. It will create the original mesh to blend up to the blend shape. So if you go into Window, Animate, Blend Shapes, as you can see here, I've already created the 15 blends. But you would go, once you've selected all the 15 blend shapes and then selected the original mesh, you would go to Edit, Create Blend Shape. This would then create a list of sliders like so, which then you can delete all them once it's blended. And then we'll go to the, you want to be on the animation, animate, set driven key, set. You'll need the head and need the controllers. So these are the controllers. It's vital you grasp the difference. The controllers are the drivers, and the driven is the attributes that you wanting to change. So we need the channel box. So the driver, we'll load the driver, which will be translated in the Z. I've locked off and hidden all the unnecessary attributes that aren't needed. This just simplifies it in this box. Then select the head, and then in the input you'll need the blend shapes. They're already red because I've already done this prior to this video, but we'll do it again just for demonstration. So click on the bump, load the driven, then you'll get the blend shapes, click the bump, and then make sure everything's at 0, and then key it, move this across to 1, select the blend shapes and move that to 1, and then key it, and then once you move the slider you'll notice the face moves then with the slider. This has been done with all the different sliders to create the different expressions. So this was done this way to it speeds up the animating process and allows you to create different expressions with the one interface. We'll now move on to the IK and FK blending. So it's key to note from this point that Maya already as standard, which it won't create. As standard, create the IK and FK blend from 2009. They already created an attribute which allows you to switch between IK and FK. So for example there, and then if we turn it off, which this is the switch, the IK won't work anymore, and then if you turn it back on, the IK works. That's the new method that Autodesk Maya realised that animators were creating their own switching and decided to make their own. To do this is quite an easy process. That you'll notice there's a pole vector for this. This just controls the rotation. It's irrelevant though for this particular tutorial. The IK and FK blend uses two sets of joints from the original. You would duplicate the original, then give these the correct names. This saves on confusion, so this one's called FK, that one's called IK. You would then use a constraint, in this case an orient. You would maintain the offset and then constrain each joint. You create the IK and then use an IK handle to create the obvious bend. You would then also use an orient constraint and turn on the maintain offset. You would then go to the animate set driven key set, which you'll notice then in the channel box when you collect on the original mesh. There's two attributes that have been created. These are switches to turn the IK and FK off. These are what we will be using for the set driven keys. This is the control, so if we load the controller, it's the driven, it's translating in the Z. Then you would need your outliner, and we are keying the attributes for this. So you would need the shoulder orient constraint, and then load the driven, and then you get the IK and FK. These would then be keyed at 1 and 0 to turn the switches on and off, depending on your switch style or type. So here it would be the IK will be on, and then to the right the IK will be off, and then the FK will be on to the right and the IK will be on the left. So just a quick demo of that. So we'll just do this with this. So this is the IK, which is currently on, and then if we switch it to FK, you can see the FK works and the IK doesn't. This is an old style method that was when I was researching, an animator called Andrew Chin recommended this and currently uses this in the company that he works for, and they prefer this method over Maya's standard method, as it allows them, as he says, more control and flexibility. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you.